Alrighty, what's up y'all? Welcome to the channel for anybody checking me out for the first time, and welcome back to my subscribers, of course, as always. And let's just get into it. So this is motorcycle therapy, I guess. If you're unfamiliar with this content, please go ahead and check out my older videos. This playlist is specifically for myself, addressing how I believe motorcyclists, riders use their bikes as a form of therapy, a little wind therapy. You hear that term a lot when you deal with the rider community, and you know, I don't speak for anyone except myself. Can't speak for the entire group or anybody, to be honest, but this is just my way of using it. And then I sometimes get on here and yap about how I feel, I guess you can say, feelings, and get all emotional and stuff. So I provide the emotional sauce, and you can dip your curiosity fries in my, that's probably the worst sentence I've ever come with in my life. Dip your fries in my sauce. No, thank you. So we're gonna act like I never said that, and then we're just gonna talk about motorcycle therapy. So I view things like responsibility, which is the subject of this video, like an island, right? I use a lot of analogies as well too in my videos because I am a computer guy and I've had to explain things to my mom and lots and lots of people over the years where they're just like, what? So I have to translate, you know, compare, use analogies a lot to get them to understand what I'm talking about. So I just got used to doing it in mostly my everyday life, and sometimes it makes things easier, sometimes it makes things harder. But another little short explanation as to why I talk the way I talk sometimes on these here videos. Anyway, so responsibility is like an island to me, right? If you get the right amount of responsibility, you know, everybody likes an island, a nice little Caribbean island. You got a little palm tree, you got some coconuts or whatever that are on islands in the movies, and it's good to go. You got little fishies out there swimming, everything's nice and peaceful, and you know, you got a good balance. You can have some fun, you can do, you know, some stuff and be happy, right? But when you start getting too much responsibility, if you are trying to manage those responsibilities, you are smack dab in the middle of that island, right? So say you get life happens, you get more stuff, you get kid, you get different job, you get, I don't know, family members sick, yourself sick, something else detrimental that is now impacting you to the point where your island is getting bigger because there's more sand added to it. Now it's your sand, it's your responsibility, so you just, okay, I'm standing right in the middle of it. My shoreline's starting to expand, it's going a little farther out. That nice, clear, crisp water is just, it's just over there. You can still get to it, but instead of sloughing off those responsibilities and walking to that water and leaving those things behind me and letting the island get behind me, get bigger, sorry, I'm gonna stay in the middle. I'm gonna sit smack in the middle of these responsibilities with my little shovel, and I'm gonna try my best to get rid of this sand. Like, you know, doing your work, taking care of your responsibilities. Let's say the sand just disappears, right? It just, for this analogy, it's gone. You do the work. You know, I like to use cutting the grass a lot because you got to cut the grass. It's gone. The sand's gone. Poof, that little piece of responsibility is gone. My island's got smaller. Now I can move on to something else. Reoccurring responsibilities, you know, like paying the bills and all that crap. They're always going to be piling little bits of sand on your island, but you can manage it, hopefully, if you've got, you know, your life set up, or you're taking care of your previous responsibilities, kind of elevate yourself to a place where you can do stuff, right? So let's just say everything's going okay, and you can see other folks in other parts of their lives. You can see them, they out there in the water and having fun, and you're like, yo, what, where's your island? Where are your responsibilities? How are you having all this fun? Now, of course, you can take a little vacation. You can get off your island. You can go slough off those responsibilities, as you should, to kind of relax. Get yourself back to center, or whatever you feel like you can call your zen zone, where you don't have to worry about too much, and get back to those responsibilities later. But me, being the crazy person that I am, I guess, I could go out and attempt to have fun or do something else, and my jackass, I'm looking back at my island with binoculars going, damn, look at all, I got all the responsibilities over there. I need to get back. I need to go take care of this stuff because I don't want this stuff to pile up, to catch up to me, to add up. I don't want my island to get bigger. And you know, it's a downfall of myself, I guess, because it's one of the things that I'm focused on sometimes a bit too much. But I'm like, if I don't do this, my island is going to get big, and then eventually my island is a nice sized piece of land. And I'm like, yo, I don't want this. I want to get rid of responsibilities, financial, you know, home, you know, maintenance, all the stuff that just add to my pile of sand, right? So when I feel like other people have me doing things that I feel like they should do or perceive, and we'll talk about perception in a whole nother video, maybe, if I can wrap my mind around the concept enough to explain it to you. If I feel like you're not doing what I need you to do as part of your responsibilities, then I have to do them, which I addressed in my other video about me being green and how I process emotions and all that crap. You're adding to my pile of sand. And if you don't do what I need you to do, and then you expect me to do stuff for you, then my responsibility is to do the thing for you, my pile, in my sand. But then when you don't do what you're supposed to do, your pile is now in my sand. And I'm like, yo, why I'm dealing with two piles? Why do I got my pile and your pile? This ain't fair. I don't want your pile on my island, because my island's getting bigger, and eventually the tolerance for those things gets smaller. My perceptions change. So even if your pile is small, to me is huge. It's like a weighted grade on college or something else. Like, you can do all this work and you got all these A's and B's, but your final is 60% of your grade. It's like, then why the hell did I do all of this other work if this one thing is gonna put me in such a deficit? Which is how my tolerance works, right? Like, so you could do a bunch of stuff that's awesome, and then you do something that's like not so awesome, and I'm like, that just dumped sand on my island, and eventually my island becomes a desert. And me trying to maintain those responsibility cues and stay on top of it, I'm right in the middle of this desert. Now I got my binoculars looking out at all the nice pretty water miles and miles away, and I'm looking at how long it's going to take me not to walk to that water, because I could walk to that water. I could just trudge through these responsibilities and then trudge back later, or I could dig myself out. Now I'm a digger, right? I'll dig myself out. I still got my little shovel, and sometimes I get a big shovel because sometimes I can just take on more. And you get those times in life where you're just like, I'm Superman, I can do a bunch of stuff. And then you get those times in life where I don't want to deal with this shit right now. Then you snap out of it, hopefully, and you return to some kind of normal routine where you can try to manage, right? But now I'm like, okay, I got my sand, I got your sand, I got, I don't know, my mom's sand because she need me to do something. And I'm like, okay, I got some friends sand because, hey, I need a ride or something. Oh, okay, cool. I can deal with that. I can help you out because sometimes you come over, help me fix stuff on the house. You taking away from my sand and you help me disappear that sand. Or, hey, I like to use my daughter a lot because right now she's not gonna cuss me out. She might later, but right now she can't because she's only 14. So I use her as an example. If you do your chores and I don't have to do them for you, it seems small, but that is like a bucket truck, a freaking excavator. Boom, scoop that sand, toss it out into the oblivion, and it's gone. Yes, those chores come back. They're recurring responsibilities. Yes, we talked about that earlier. But for that moment, it's like, boop, those are gone. I'm one step closer to the happy water place where everybody wants me to be. I might dip a toe in. I can't swim, but I dip. So I'm doing these things, and I'm like, okay, cool. And as an example, my daughter said the most awesome thing to me yesterday, and I was like, that I mess with that. Like, what you just said hit me to okay, sorry, I saw something hit me to where I was like, yo, I don't need no more explanation. That's what I need to hear from you. I'm done. So say another example. In this example that I'm already exempling, I say, hey, why didn't you do this, feed the dog or get a dog? Oh, I forgot I was coming to the house and I had to do this and I did that and I did this other stuff and I was blah, 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 right? Excuses. Now, to me, there's a very distinct. Oh, dang! I tried to slow speed it all the way, couldn't do it. There's a distinct differentiation. Whew, that's a big one. Between an excuse and a reason, right? Excuses are normally used over and over and over and over and over, and you're like, okay, this was a reason at one time. Now it's just an excuse, and I don't want to hear it no more. I don't care. So, when someone gives you an excuse, that of course to me decreases my tolerance. I know this was an example, but I'm going off in a ramble. But hey, you're watching the video, you knew what you were in for. So she gave me a reason. I'm a Marvel fan, right? I'm gonna get to the point. Trust me, I'm a Marvel fan, and we've been watching Marvel for months and months. And when I watch Marvel, I start over. I start over from the beginning, Captain America, through wherever I'm supposed to be. Now we're supposed to have been on Loki like weeks ago. It's taken us a while to get up to it, but that's last year's issue, whatever. And I said, yo, what are you doing? Like, we could have been on freaking Loki by now. She said, I had homework to do. I said, ooh, okay. And I was happy. Now, of course, I addressed in the last video, I'm not like, hey, Mr. Super Happy Parade Noisemaker, you know. But at that moment, she told me that I got responsibilities to take care of. This movie Marvel stuff was not more important than my homework, because homework is gonna get her somewhere in life. These movies is recreation. This is extra fun time stuff, and that's how I work. That's how I function. Like, when she said that, I was legit happy. Like, yo, cool. No more explanation needed. I'm not gonna follow up. I'm not gonna say well, how come you didn't do it? Yo, I had homework, bruh. Got time for these movies. Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. Take care of your responsibilities, so that when you sit down and you watch movies and you have fun and you out with your friends, you don't have a desert to come back to. You got your island. You got your nice little, occasionally bigger, smaller landmass of an island, but you don't have this big, humongous ass desert to traverse, because you ain't been doing what you're supposed to do. And that is one of the things that is absolutely top of the list for me. And it's got its pros and cons, mostly cons, because I am me. But it's something I'm extremely passionate about, because when you don't take care of what you're supposed to do, you affect a lot more than just yourself, right? If I don't, like, I used to paying the bills and doing all that stuff as an example, but if I, so okay, say I was some bum. These bum dudes always find some woman that's gonna take care of them. I don't know how they did it, but they'll go out and spend their checks and driving their girl's car and in the fridge eating the snacks and all this other stuff, and it's like, bro, you ain't putting nothing into the house. Like, how you just taking out? How you just living life gloriously? Like, when I play video games, I earned that. I worked. I did stuff. I'm not just sitting at home with no job gaming all day. I'm sitting at home gaming all day with job and degrees and certifications, because I do my work when it's time to. And a big disconnect for me is when you got something to do, I don't mess with you. I'm not going to be sitting there, hey, hugged up or lovey-dovey or whatever the situation entails. When I walk in and I see that there's stuff that you're supposed to be doing that ain't done, I'm going to go do what I need to do. I get done, then I'm going to chill. And then I come go, well, you ain't done yet. I guess you still need time to work on this. And that can be disastrous, to be honest. Anyway, I made the main point of my video a few minutes back, guys. I do appreciate you watching, and as always, I will catch you later. But this whole motorcycle therapy thing is just a tiny way for me to be as vague as I can and also vent a little bit, and hope that maybe I'm not the only person who thinks about stuff the way that I think about stuff, which I could be, which is fine. Everybody's individual, everybody's unique, but we do share some common grounds. And hopefully being responsible is one of them. You know, responsible rider, responsible parent, responsible adult in general, responsible, I don't know, caretaker, food maker, worker, human being. responsible for something that's huge to me, and I think it's gotten me pretty far in life. Reasonably successful, and not a lot of regrets, you know, for taking care of my responsibilities. Now, how I do it and my approach, looking back, I got some regrets, but there's a topic for another day. That is not a Freudian slip. I just can't talk sometimes, so no offense. And yeah, I'm out.